and stand around watching him. You know, he doesn't bring any entertainment at all. He will get an ASBO eventually, 100%. 100%. And this is why he's got such a problem with DJ, because DJ is bringing content, he's doing really well, and he can't handle this. He can't handle that DJ is a better street performer than what he is, because he's never going to get the audience, he's never going to get the credibility, and he can't hack it. And I think he's going to carry on stalking DJ. Who thinks Kev's not going to stop, guys, and it's going to end up in, him getting arrested for harassment or something like that? Happy face, yes. Sad face, no. I'm telling you, there's going to be some kind of order put out. I feel bad for AJ as well, because, he's there doing his thing. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Will and Rosemary. Thank you. Get yourself a pin, Will. There's 4,000 people in the room, guys. Please have a vote. So there's 5 of you that don't think so. I'm telling you now, it's going to happen. So happy face Kev is eventually going to get arrested for, stalking this DJ. Or he's going to get some kind of public order because it's harassment, what he's doing. 100%.
I saw a touch in your thing. I was thinking, what?
Thank you. Got her. No, believe me, I'm making a massive complaint about today. They put handcuffs on. There's no reason to put handcuffs.
Wait, was that a girl searching you?
Yeah.
Kev wishes.
They're not supposed to search you, the women's.
Really?
They're not supposed to search the man.
Thank you. Really?
I saw a touch in your thing. I was thinking, what?
Thank you. Got her. Thank you.
They can't search the man.
You're finished. Officer, you're finished. Thank you.
I saw a touch in your thing. I was thinking, what?
Right, so do we have anyone from the police force in here? Because I didn't see during that video, Kev wished he got touched up, do you know what I mean? He wished. Oh, thank you, Will, for the gift. Thank you. Is that true that women... Ask Georgia. Guys, will you share the live to Georgia, please? Thank you, Marnie. I don't think this is true. He loved the handcuffs. I know he did. He's just pretending that he didn't. And really, he loved it. He went home a happy man. Let's be honest. Because I don't know how all this works, you see. But Kev, you ain't got a compensation claim, darling. We got our TJ in the box. TJ knows everything. Hello, my TJ.
Hello. What was the question? I missed it while I was in the shower. Sorry.
You what, TJ? Sorry, darling.
I said, what was the question? Sorry, I was in the shower.
Oh, TJ. So, are female officers allowed to search males?
Yeah, practically they can do. Legally they can do. Police forces have different policies in terms of, ideally, if it's possible and it's requested, then females should search females and vice versa. But they can do in any circumstances.
Ooh. So from what you've seen of that video, do you think Kev has any type of compensation?
No, Kev never has any sort of sensible points of anything, so no.
No. So nobody's going to get done. No, he's not going to get compensation, because my fear is that he, puts a compensation claim in and he gets compensation.
No, it's unlikely he'll get it because they're fairly strict on it now. The only thing that he probably will do again is mod you back again.
Out the box, TJ! Out! Slander! Thank you, TJ. And can I just say, guys, right, I have never been Mr. UK TikTok officials mod. It's just that trolls first started that rumour, right, because I had a bunch of people that didn't like me, and they started that rumour, but it's not true. Find evidence, and it would be there. Find evidence of me being his mod. It'd be in a chat or somewhere like that, because I know that the evil one has probably recorded every single live that I've ever done from the beginning of time. So she would have recorded. Actually, no, because it was early days when I weren't misread then. But I was never his mod. I gifted him, yes. I felt sorry for him. I was in his comment section, but I was never his mod. So leave it out.
Thank you. Got her. No, believe me, I'm making a massive complaint about today. They put handcuffs on. There's no reason to ban.
Thank you,
What's that girl
Sabrina and
searching
Maggie.
you?
Yeah.
They're not supposed to search you, the women's.
Thank you,
Really?
Lies! Women can search ya!
I saw a touch on your thing. I was thinking, what?
Thank you. Got her. Thank you.
They
Thank you, mate.
can't search you.
What changed? So somebody said what changed. So, okay, what changed was, right, thank you, Hannah. And I'll be honest with you, when I first joined TikTok, because when TikTok was about, when I first knew about TikTok, I was going through, I was going through mental health crisis, basically. I had a mental breakdown, and this was around about 21, 22. I had a mental breakdown and I spent months in my bedroom. And my daughter said, Mom, why don't you watch TikTok, download TikTok, it's really fun, there's singers and dancing and things like that. So I downloaded TikTok, I took her advice, and I found the drama side of TikTok. Do you know what I mean? So obviously at that time, Mr. UK TikTok official was, he was really known and present on the app, wasn't he? A couple of years ago when I just joined TikTok, and obviously, so I'd stumbled on in his live, and I thought, why are people picking on this guy? You got to remember, I'd never seen live chat sections and everything else unless it was Facebook. I'd never come onto TikTok, so this whole chat section and people, trolling in chats, it was all new to me. Do you know, I'd never known it before. So I was like, hang on a minute, thank you, Mother Glass. Why are people giving this guy a hard time? Because all he's doing is singing and dancing. He's not doing anything wrong. So it got my back up a little bit. So that's why I supported Kev in the early days. And then I was starting to see what he was like. Feel better, Bob? Yeah. So I started to see what he was like and like asking for money and things like that. Thank you, Sabrina. And one night, this is a true story, by the way. Thank you, Alicia and Sabrina. One night, he needed money for a hotel because he said that he got kicked out of a hotel. And I sent him some money for a hotel. It was only like £10 or £20. It weren't nothing major because I felt sorry for him because he was sat on the street. He said he had nowhere to sleep. And it come out that he never got kicked out of the hotel. So that's why, I stopped supporting him, because I realised that he was a con artist. And then there was all the, tents and stuff. He sold them, didn't he? He never gave them to the homeless. He sold them. So I was seeing all of that. And then I realised, then I was understanding where people were coming from. Do you know what I mean? So that's when I woke up. But it took me, a couple of weeks to realise exactly what it was about. And the reason I got such bad press was because, I weren't a creator. I was just a viewer. Do you know what I mean? I was nobody. I don't mean that in a sense. What I'm saying is now I'm misread. Then I never had a platform. Nobody knew who I was. And obviously Kev had a lot of haters, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? So they targeted me because I, used to be in there defending Kev and things like that. And that's where, my original trolling come from. Even though I weren't misread, I was just a viewer on TikTok. Does that make sense? But now some of the people that used to troll me, I'm actually friends with. But they never... So looking back, right, it would be like, I don't know, what would it be the equivalent of? I wouldn't say Kev is up there with the Deidro one, but do you know, like people get bad press or, targeted for going in Deidros, and so it would have been that equivalent. So I get it. Now I get it. But back then I didn't. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Pink Panther. So I understand why these people targeted me, basically, because I was like, giving a wrong gun attention, and I didn't gift him a lot. It was only like 1k coins or 10 coins here. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what it was. But people have like used that and like saying shit, basically, look, I used to be his mod and things like that, which that isn't true. Because I'll be honest with you, I'll say, yeah, I was. But, I will be truthful with you. I do fancy him. And he pushed me back. And he chose Tanya. So this is why I've got this deep hate now. Thank you, Lena. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, let's move on. Right. Right, where are we going next? CLA thinks DG wants her Babs. I'm a jilted lover, basically.
Tone up a little bit.
But I just want to say, guys, thank you. We're 80% there with the target. Thank you, Pink Panther and TikTok Legends. We've all been there. We've all been in rooms and supported people. Like, when I first come to TikTok as well, I used to, you know, be a massive supporter of the evil one. You know, I think in 1 week I gifted her about, I don't know, 500 quid. Do you know what I mean? I used to be a massive supporter of hers as well. Do you know what I mean? And that's how kind of like how I come about, because like I used to support her, and you know, obviously the whole Rickster thing happened and I got blocked. I felt scorned because I give so much support. Do you know what I mean? But I was never in there the evil. It was only like the wake and bake that I used to be in there for, because I was never up at night time to watch anything else. So I used to watch Evil Queen when she used to be chilling and you know, rolling and just chilling with everybody, you know, being funny, rather than the Evil Queen acts, you know. So that's how I come about. So I fired up a live because I thought, you know, I've been treated pretty shit here. And I started reporting on, you know, EQ and Rickster's relationship. And that led on to me reporting on the rest of the FYP. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I come about. You know, so we all make mistakes when we come to TikTok. We support people and then we realise what people are like. It happens to everybody. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Dawn. But I'll be honest with you, you know, I've got nothing to hide, nothing to lie about. Do you remember the notepad game? Right, for those of you that are new here, right, that have just joined, when I first started my FYP news, right, all I had was a piece of paper and a pen. And I'd sit down and I'd describe the video and I'd write the video down that I'd speak about. So rather than show a video, because I've only had an iPad for about a year, I would just sit there and report it like news. I'd describe the video to you, you know. And also as well, I've still got pretty much the same people around me that started from day one when I had 6 people in my life. Miss J, Sarah, you know, I've still got few, you know, the originals here. I mean, some have gone and left TikTok, and you know, some that we don't speak anymore. Well, we do speak, but we're not as we was. But yeah, so the good old days. And it's mad seeing how like FYP has progressed, because and now you've exactly, Alicia, now we've acquired you, beautiful. So it's mad how like the FYP's progressed, and you know, people have put their own spin on it, and you know, they've got all this, you know, fancy equipment and you know, layouts and things like that. So it really has progressed into something amazing. Do you know what I mean? Because people earn fortunes off doing this. So I'm proud to say that I did start the FYP news reporting with a notepad and a pen. And I will always take credit for that. Thank you very much. Yes. Whether you think people are doing better now, that doesn't, you know, it doesn't affect me in any way, because I'm still here. There's still people watching, still people gifting, people supporting. But everybody knows that I was the original FYP news and gossip show. So there you go. Yes, I love it. Because let's be honest, how well are the FYP hosts doing? There's certain ones that I don't like, but they're doing amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, see, Tyrone didn't sit and report like I did and open boxes and bring the drama size. Tyrone was reaction, as where mine was something completely different. It was more focused on drama, the nittiness, you know, the nastiness. Do you know what I mean? Tyrone was very respectful. It weren't very drama, as where this one, it was full of drama, me clapping back at people, me being a bitch. You know, do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, so I think me and Tyrone is completely different, you know. Anyway, let's get on with the rest of the show.
I saw some of the comments on your
oh, big love, Jamie Lee. Oh, thank you, Sally.
I'm skinnier now. Like I was bigger when I met you.
I didn't really notice, to be honest. I don't really.
Well, I wasn't like 18 stone, was I? Else you would have noticed, wouldn't you? Come on.
Yeah, I probably noticed it.
And also as well, guys, like, I was like one of the first, like, you know, I'd report on the news, open the boxes, and all the big creators would come in here. You know, they'd jump in the boxes, they'd argue in the boxes. So I kind of like laid the foundations for that with the F1. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying what Tyro did is completely different, because mine was basically like a Jeremy Kyle show. It still is some days, you know, but it started here, you know.
It's there, and I've probably been like, oh,
I'm fucking tiny to DG. He's
Thank you,
huge,
Mandy.
darling. I'm talking about the guy come up to his waist, darling.
we're actually a lot smaller in person than I thought you'd be.
Yeah, the camera is, I don't know, man. It's like, it's how you have the camera in it. Sometimes in my camera.
And
yes,
as well,
the camera-
sorry for pausing the video, and as well, right, thank you, Vince, darling. Without them big creators, and I have to give the big creators recognition, people like DG, EQ, unfortunately, all of them, you know, Hustle, Delusive Angie, everybody, without them and them joining my boxes and things like that, it wouldn't have got as big as what it would have. So I will always, like, you know, give credit where credit's due. Without them coming in here, it wouldn't have blew up and been as big. But mind you saying that, I just want to say, like, before big creators did, I tell you who the first big creator was. It was Dave Duran's. Thank you, Lisa. Dave Duran's was the first big creator that come in here and showed me love. I remember the first gift that he sent me, and it was one of the biggest gifts I've ever received, and it was a Kitty the Leon. Very me today. R, it's my show, darling. So respectfully, if you want to go and watch somebody else, you're more than welcome to do that. It says misread here. All right, so I'll talk about myself as much as I want. So yeah, so Dave Duran's was the first person, first big creator, Kitty the Leon, and it all went from there, really. So do you remember, guys? And then DG followed, then EQ and everybody else. You did, Joey, you sent me 7 lions.
Right, I'm going, DG, because you keep beating me, darling.
You're not playing the battle, you're sitting
Get
there.
back to the painting. Notice how you stopped and you've gone back in the car. And get back painting,
You know
darling.
why you're losing in a battle? Because you're too busy talking
Oh,
about
thank you, Kerry.
No, that's you that's asking me questions about the BAPS, darling.
No, you.
Yes,
you're fucking
it is you, darling.
What are you stuck those ears away? Come
You
on.
have, Lynn.
We got
We're so
Margaret.
interested in the BAPS. Oh. Yes, let's get him off now. Let's let him calm down and simmer a little bit, darling. The pot is boiling. Oh. He was the one that brought the BAPS up, darling. Did I mention Instagram? Did I mention anything? No, darling.
Thank you, Dawn.
He knows I'm the
Morning,
best looking
Sunday.
bird that he's set his eyes on, darling.
Really, Lynn?
So yes, darling. Know what time it is, sweetheart.
Really?
Oh, thank you, darling. DG wants all the, but do you know who else I like on this app? Not fancy or anything like that, but I just think I'd get on with him. Dave Duran. I think Dave's proper cool. Like in real life, I'd get on with Dave. I'd just tone up a little bit. That's it.
So, guys, the reason I've shown this video is because basically, you know, DG and CLA, they go live and they're bands together and everything. Well, DG has said that he's not going to battle CLA anymore because, you know, it goes to BAPS and flaps and everything else. So DG has said he's not going to battle her anymore. But I get where DG's coming from because... and I don't think CLA really wants DG. For her, it's just content, do you know what I mean? It's just for banter and laughs and make the FYP. But I do get, because DG has a partner, thank you, Debbie, I wouldn't like Simon on TikTok, you know, having these conversations with women. So, like, you know, when I have conversations with guys and it gets out of hand, I'll always say I'm married. And then, you know, it kind of like shuts it dead. Do you know what I mean? So I respect DG for that, you know. Yeah, because even though, you know, we've got CLA and Cho Lee, there's no competition there. Cho Lee's beautiful. You know, I don't think Dan has got any interest in CLA. I get where the whole thing's coming from. Do you know what I mean? I know DG always does, but I think in this situation, it's CLA that's like, oh, you want me? Da, da, da. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's respecting his girlfriend, basically. But I don't, like I said, I don't think CLA is doing anything wrong. It's just banter, for, as far as I'm concerned. You know, she's not, she would never touch DG with a 10-foot barge pole, you know? Yeah. So, let's watch this.
I won't be going on with her and I won't be listening to her bullshit because it's not fair on Jolie. She sits there going, she needs to dump him or he needs to leave her or whatever, mate. It's
Oh, this as well.
I take it as a joke. I take everything with a pinch of salt. I don't care what people say. Like, that's the thing. I take everything with a pinch of salt. You know this right now. I just think whatever anyone says on this app, I really don't give a shit because they don't bother me in real life. As soon as I log off this app, mate, I'm off there fucking scratching my arse, scrolling Instagram or fucking speaking to, you know, people in real life or fucking worrying about £4,000 fucking energy bills, not fucking sitting there worrying about what CLA is thinking about my relationship. I don't mind a woman. All I want her to do is start respecting
Luke, I wasn't happy with you yesterday and I'm in a bit of a mod today because I rang you, that your signal went, and you know I put the phone down when your signal goes and then I never heard from you for the rest of the day. You know I'm a bit needy, Luke, and I need a conversation. Just want to say that. It needs to up the ante with the phone calls. Yes. Luke, I'm feeling neglected.
And whatever else, if she doesn't, then I'm not going to go on with her, innit? I have a bit of a laugh and a back and forth with her, but, you know, keep your fucking nose out of my business. Keep your nose out of my relationship. If you want me to go on with you, or if you want me to be, you know what I mean? Sound with you.
You better do, Luke.
You're like Peter Crouch, you know? Take pictures of you, I have. What did she say, Charlie's? I know she calls her Charlie.
24k to the podium, guys. Get your heart missing if you haven't. Thank you, Jen. Jen knows all about it.
I won't be listening to her bullshit.
Sarah knows all about it.
She sits there going,
oh, it's repeating. Yeah, so I get where DG's coming from, 100%, and I think he's doing the right thing. If his, you know, girlfriend's feeling a way about it, then absolutely. Always put your relationship and your family before TikTok, you know. I feel like we all need the tea now. Luke, we need the tea now. Yeah, but it might not be for your ears though, guys, yet, do you know what I mean? So, like, when I first started TikTok, right, guys, so I'm going to talk about myself because it's a Miss Red show. Oh, thank you, Sally. Sally knows all about it. Sally, will you please get a pin, please? Get yourself a pin, Sally. Thank you for that beautiful gift. We can do it, guy. You can do it. I can't. We can make that popular. So when I started TikTok and I started getting, you know, noticed and things like that, I really let TikTok get to my head and I drank the TikTok Kool-Aid, and, you know, my friends had to say to me, you know, Don, you need to chill out a little bit, because I was neglecting my friends as well. You know, my kids would come in and I'd be super invested in my phone and I wouldn't hear what people were saying to me. You know, and my husband would, you know, go moody and things like that because I was too invested in what was going on this app. And since, like, I had a wake-up call, and my friends do tell me as well, you know what I mean? The kids told me, Mum, you're not listening to us. And one time, the worst time, thank you, Olivia, is when I forgot to pick Tilly up from school. That's when it was for me. Literally, it was, I should pick her up at 3:30 and it was 3:45, right? And I was like, shit, because I was so invested in what was going on, I forgot to pick the baby up from school. And like, I literally ran to the school because it's only, you know, round the corner. And she was sat there in the chair in reception and I literally cried my eyes out. And since that time, Julie, honestly, it really affects you, darling, when something like, because it's never happened before, because there was some commotion going on. You know, there was an argument or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was to do with TikTok. And I've never, ever, and that was the first time. And since that time, I will never, ever miss picking her up again, not listen to my children, not talk to my husband when he comes through the door. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely never again. Right, CLA comes live and asks why EQ keeps coming for her and Miss Red when they've done nothing to her. Let this video play, guys.
Gold ring more than anyone's probably bought her anything like that in her life, darling, and she wants to come for me like this. You know what I mean? I don't even want to argue with this person or do anything and this and that. Why can't she just leave me alone and know, you know what? Chelsea's gone through a really bad time at the minute. She couldn't ignore the trolls because, you know, it was not stopping. It was constant. You know what I mean? Every fucking day. It's enough to send anyone crazy, darling. It's not fair on everyone, the whole situation, darling. But what I've gone through, it's just been an absolute nightmare. I won't wish it on anyone. And I tell you what, sweetheart, I'm already doing my story. Because you have to see it through the eyes of me and what I've gone through and how I've been able to, you know, not totally lose my mind. You know what I mean? There's times where
I thought they were friends again. Like, it was only last week that CLA was bigging Evil Queen up, saying that, you know, she's a bad bitch. No one can compete with her. She's the you know, the most famous on TikTok. I thought that was okay. You know, yeah, I did. I thought that was okay, and I was a little bit like, oh, okay, because like obviously, you know, I used to speak to CLA on the phone, and yeah, so it was like, ooh, for me. But I don't care who makes up with who, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know what's happened there. I think what it is for me, right, and I'll be honest, I think a lot has been said between the two of them, and I don't think that EQ can let it go. Do you know what I mean? So, and you know, you can't blame people when, do you know what I mean? But equally, EQ has enough to say about her. So I don't think they'll ever be like they used to be. I can never see another holiday coming on together and them going out for dinner. But I just feel like it's never going to happen. Like there's never going to be that friendship there again. There's been too much disrespect from both. You know, too much water under the bridge. Thank you, Tiny Tim. Yeah. So it's like me and the evil one when we've had all this beef between the two of us, in way, like back and forth, and I get stalked on a daily basis. A couple of months ago, I had a phone call with her and, you know, we kind of like put everything to bed again. And then on the live, she called me a red-headed bastard. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not having that. Just like being disrespectful. And I thought, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not even being nice and polite for the sake of TikTok. I'll just have whatever's coming my way, basically. Because I can't be asked being fake with people anymore, you know? Yeah, I just can't be arsed with a fakery just for the sake of being left alone in an easy life. I'd rather just say, you know, I want nothing to do with you or this person or that person, and just be, you know, honest. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think you can force a friendship. You cannot force liking somebody or forgiving somebody. And I think this is what's going on here. Yeah, Jodie Marie, honestly, I've just had enough of the fakery. Like, some people, I can kind of like, you know, like me and Angie's had our beef, like, and I'm under no illusion in a week or two we're going to probably be at each other again. But Angie, for me, hasn't gone as dark and deep as what other people have. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Millie, darling. So there's kind of like, okay, I can be okay with that person. But will we ever be best friends? No, because, you know, I don't think she likes me, and there's too much water under the bridge, you know. But there'll be a time when Angie makes FYP and it's controversial. I'll have to have my opinion on it, honest opinion, and she won't like what I've got to say. And, you know, it'll be like, it'll be up in arms again. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I like peace for now. I don't mind, you know, I like the peace for now until it kicks off again. Do you know what I mean? You got to be honest and real about these situations. Thank you, the nun. But again, if I feel like people need support, even people I don't get on with or don't like, I'll still show them that support, because it's what you do as, you know, being human, you know, showing empathy and, you know, a little bit of kindness. Thank you, Aaliyah, darling.
so angry. I'm letting it. Even yesterday on live,
I know, yes,
last
Lisa.
night on TikTok, I'm getting angry and
I get that,
frustrated
Emma
because
Jane.
there's so much that's happened on this app. So much anger built up inside me. People just need
So
to
the moral of the
leave me
story
a
is
fucking
that
darling.
I know a lot's been said about me and Angie. You know, we've had a big back and forth, and there's times where I've really, really hated her, but she hasn't done enough for me to hate her like other people have. You know? Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Aaliyah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, guys. You did the live goal. Thank you, everybody. We did it. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, so it makes sense, doesn't it?
Leave me alone.
I know, goal
See,
achieved.
it
Big
is
up,
too much.
everybody.
And no one's got the right to try and make me stop doing my job. This is my income. I don't care what anyone says, darling. This is my job. This is my income, darling. And I've got 2 sons. 2 sons. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a woman on my own.
Hello,
Whatever I'm
Jay.
doing, thank you, Hayley Jane. Whatever I'm doing, I'm trying to provide a home for my boys. Do you understand? Because their fucking dad's absolutely useless, darling.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? The guy's turned into a proper waste man, you know, like a proper bomb.
Jay.
Thank you, Sarah, Jill, Chrissy, thank you. It's just not fair, man. Like, this is why I get angry. This is why I get triggered, because people are just sat there chatting shit. Oh, she's not left the flat. She's not left the flat.
I know her sons are adults, I know.
I don't think people actually realise what I've been through. It's disgusting. And you know what? Whatever, darling. They're just mad about nothing. Don't let them bother you. It's disgusting what Miss Red's going through as well. It's disgusting, and I don't care what anyone says. It's not nice. You know what I mean? Why is EQ coming and doing all that to Miss Red?
It's
Just
jealousy.
leave Miss Red alone, man. If she's
It's just jealousy, basically. It's the only thing I can put my finger on, and you know, she can sit there and say, "Why would I be jealous of you? I'm younger, I'm more beautiful, I'm more famous, I earn more money. I ain't a housewife. I'm not, you know, sat in my house. I haven't got a life." But what is, you know, what else can it be? It can only be jealousy. Do you know what I mean? Because I've done nothing to her compared to other people, you know, but yeah, I'm her target, I'm her focus, I'm her fixation. For real, for real. Am I right? Have people done other things, bad things to her compared to me? It's because she wants to be, how can I explain it? It's just a fixation. It really is a fixation. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, everybody. You didn't pick her. I don't know. Because I know that did upset. But I read the room wrong, basically. And at that time, DG hadn't done anything wrong to me. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't, you know, but if I could go back, I'd say, get the fuck out of my box, DG, and grow up. Do you know what I mean? But at that time, I wasn't as savvy and clued up as what I am now. You know, because I wouldn't pick sides now, because people make up all the time. Do you know what I mean? I'm her biggest competition, do you think so? I ain't competition for anybody, though, because, you know, she does well on her own merit, so I'm not competition. It can only be that she wants to see me destroyed. Thank you, Bo. Thank you, darling. But as long as I've got a community here, as long as I've got friends around me, it's not going to happen. You know, a few people have tried to, over the last year, really bring me down and things like that. But the fact that I'm still sat here, I don't know, maybe they can't understand it. But anyway, that's enough about me. We'll just carry on playing this video.
being harmless, darling. saying?
Yeah, that's the
Someone's
word,
just like
destroy.
some
Thank you,
housewife.
Chantal.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Kerry, she has a family
everyone's
too.
entitled
Do you
to
know what I mean?
No one's got the right to tell me you can't do this, you can't do that. It's my platform, darling. And anyone that's coming for me, I'm reporting you to TikTok with Ronnie. I don't care, man. Any creators now that are saying to do this, to do that to me, I'm literally going to report you to TikTok, darling, that you're a creator that's trying to come for me as a creator, and it's against the rules. Especially when you've got an agency.
See, don't be mean to Ronnie
And it's
or
bad enough that you putting me
Ronnie
on your
hasn't done
platform,
anything
darling,
wrong.
on your screen. Do you know what I mean? That shouldn't be allowed. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to put other people up and stop.
No, I know,
talking and
baby
doing
Rain's
this
here,
and
we
doing that.
didn't.
That's wrong, darling.
DJ never asked me to pick anybody. I read the room wrong, you know, because I was emotional and things like that. So I read the room wrong. I made myself look a pillar. I hurt somebody in the process. And if I could go back now, I'd just say, get out of my box. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have let that continue. So DG did nothing wrong. You know, the person that I don't get on with now in that situation did nothing wrong. It was my fault because I read the situation wrong. And I can own that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, anybody being rude to Ronnie, you will get muted because, you know, at the end of the day, Ronnie's done nothing. So there's no need for anyone to go in. Yeah, is that what you think, Lynch? You think I was put on the spot? Yeah, I was just a bit taken back. I don't do well in situations like that. So.
Tiffany's fucking gold ring more
Thank
than
you, Lisa.
anyone's probably bought her anything like that in her life, darling. And she wants to come for me like this. You know what I mean? I don't even want to argue with this person or do anything and this and that. Why can't she just leave me alone and know, you know what? Chelsea's gone through a really bad time.
Ronnie's
at the minute.
CLA's
She
manager.
couldn't ignore the trolls because, you know, it was not
I'll
stopping. It was
repeat.
constant.
Sorry, guys. So, yeah, see, do you know what, right? Even though, like, I don't agree with, you know, sometimes CLA's behaviour or, you know, some of the things CLA says, you know, sometimes I find her entitled, you know, she feels like she's entitled to things. I do feel sorry for the trolling that she does get. You know, she made the mistake of giving her address out, letting her address, you know, get publicly known. Thank you, Mandy. And escalate, you know, it's escalated into trolling. She doesn't feel safe in her own home, emergency services, you name it, it happens around her, right? But as much as, you know, people, you don't agree with their actions, because she's not the worst person on TikTok. Thank you, House Bells. She's not the worst person on TikTok, right? She deserves to live in peace. You know, and why should she have to stop TikTok? Because her stopping TikTok really is the only thing that's going to solve it, or having the back screen on so people don't know where she is. Like, and you don't understand unless you're a creator or, you know, you do TikTok lives and things like that. You won't understand that, like, the mental torture, like, it has on you. Like, you know, when your address is out there and you're getting trolled and, you know, people are coming to your house. It's honestly, it's just, it makes you feel violated and horrendous. And that is the truth. So as much as I don't agree with some of the things that she said previous, right, in the past, as much as I don't agree with, you know, an entitlement, like, you know, she's entitled to all these things, I feel sorry for the fact that she can't live in peace. You know, and if she does move, she won't ever be able to, you know, probably show her location, go live in different areas, because people will find her all over again, you know. I know, Toe Beans, I do agree that, you know, she hasn't helped herself and, you know, it's kind of like her own doing. But I don't think anybody deserves the level of trolling, and because you got to remember, right? She don't get a minute's peace in the house. You know, hello, Lisa. Unless, you know, you're a wrong girl in a sense of where children are concerned, and, you know, you've done horrendous crimes. You know, like, she's not, you know, she's not up there with the wrong uns, is she? Yeah. So I think if she could take it back, the fact that, you know, she's let a location out there and things like that. I think she would if she could, but it's a lesson learnt in it, you know. But it's eating her up, the fact that all this is going on, and, you know, she's lost who she was. She's lost that spark. Thank you, Carrie. She's lost that she used to make us all laugh, and, you know, she's lost that about her. But I understand that. Do you know what I mean? Because CLA was a guilty pleasure for many of us when she was on the ball and she was making us laugh and she was happy and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Whose fault is that? Well, potentially it's hers, isn't it? It's her fault because, you know, she's let a location out there. She's been out and about and things like that. But she needs to get back once she's sorted her house out to how she used to be, you know. And that was funny. Just sitting in front of the camera, doing a doobie and just being hilarious. But do I agree with her behaviours in a sense of the greed and, you know, some of the controversial stuff that she said? I don't agree with that, and I've always said it, but I don't think she deserves to be as unhappy as what, you know, TikTok, being a TikToker is making her. Do you know what I mean? But she doesn't help herself, guys, right? She doesn't help herself when, you know, she's on live and she's saying, if you don't gift me, I'm going, you know, you're all skin. People don't like this kind of stuff, and she's not doing herself any favours. You know, people aren't obliged to gift on here. And, you know, I think that she has squandered a lot of money because she thinks it's just going to be never ending. I'll fire up a live and I'll just get £1,000. It doesn't matter. I can spend this, I'll spend that. I think she's took her community, and I think it's, you know, she's took it for granted. Even though she does get gifted, it's not on the level that it used to be because she's just seen it, TikTok, as a limitless, endless money-making thing. Do you know what I mean? There's many creators that do it. Many creators that do it. And I think this is what people are not liking. If you don't send me this, if you don't send me that, I'm going. You know what I mean? It's just like, just keep it natural. You know, if you set a target, do some content, you know, ask for a popular gift, ask for this. But yeah, Dave's the same. You know, Dave's like, get me a line, I want to win this battle. And he rage quits. We know this. It's not a case of this person does it, Corey does it. I do it. You know, I'll say, can I send your heart missing, please? Let's do this goal. We've all got our different ways of doing things, but with CLA, it's the fact that it's almost like an entitlement, and she needs to rein it in a little bit because it's not, people don't like it, you know? All TikTokers are guilty of it. All of us.
And I'm so sorry, Parrot, because, you know, they got jealous of you as well. You know, they fucking even got jealous of Parrot, someone that was colouring in my book. The fuck? They even made Parrot break down on this app. Someone that comes on the app and colours in my book. Because of jealousy, because I'm supporting her, because I like her a lot. Crazy. Parrot for number one, absolutely.
I agree with you, Donna. I agree.
But if I can try and give Parrot the clout she needs and whatever I can do, so then she can go on to be so successful, because she's amazing. She's a better artist than me.
I genuinely don't think she's a worse person. I'm sorry, I don't. But she goes about things the wrong way.
I've had enough. I'm retiring, darling. Oh, darling. But that were, you know, that's what makes me feel good, because then I feel like I'm doing good for people. And if I'm trying to help people to become successful and help them, and I know I'm not fucking
Yeah, I've seen worse on here too. We've all had our moments.
and help people so much. I just have to be in the right headspace and be all right. You know what I mean? And that's coming. It's all coming. But there was just no way that I could have ever
Yeah,
progressed
Stevie.
with her
Yeah, I agree.
in that situation, in that property, and it was just.
You don't think the nice acts won't last for long?
I actually sit here and think, how have I actually done it? But I knew that was the main issue. I knew that the anger, the frustration, the constant anxiety, all because I was in that flat. I stayed off for a few days. I had police, ambulances, fire engines, gasmen. I wasn't even live streaming and they was turning up.
That's on X No White FYP, guys. What has Corey done, Sarah? Sarah,
Thank you.
you don't even follow me, darling. So why are you coming here writing that? You don't follow me. Tommy Jane, you don't follow me. Following 22 followers, you don't follow me. So why are you in my chat? Do you want to piss over to the side of TikTok where you're from? Yeah? F off back to the side of TikTok where you come from. Okay? Because I don't want you in here. Part 2, guys. Say hello.
And half of the time when I was drinking like that,
Ouch!
it was just trying to release the pain because of all the shit that I was going through. This has been 4 years trolling. I don't think anyone's had trolling like this.
I think Alpha Bar has. I think Alpha Bar has had her level of trolling. But it's because of their actions.
I've got real bad pain in my back. Anything.